How's it going, guys? My name is Jay Crow with Blank Sports Nutrition. We're going to be starting a Q&A segment of where you can ask me really any question that you have about blanks, the formulas, flavoring, custom mixes, anything about our products, or maybe really anything at all, truthfully. And I'm more than happy to answer those here in our Q&A segment. So we'll start off with our first question here. This person asks, I accidentally ordered Mega Unflavored Gel Mix, the old Mega Unflavored mix-up. Does anyone know if you do 1 scoop unflavored and 1 scoop flavored, if that works? A lot of people kind of do skimp over the unflavored mixes because they're not as exciting as some of our flavorful mixes that we have of, like a cotton candy or root beer, but the unflavored actually is pretty useful and it's an awesome Swiss Army knife to have in your cabinet. So to answer the question for the customer here, you can do 1 scoop flavored and 1 scoop unflavored to sort of create like a pseudo light flavoring profile mix. This is because the unflavored mix has all of the nutritional density as whatever flavored mix that you're going to be mixing it with. So if you don't want to wait for a custom and order like a light flavoring, or maybe you want to buff up the carb concentration of your mix without adding extra scoops of your flavored mix to have that sweetness really high. So for an example, you can do like a go-to mix of blue raspberry, and then you want to shoot for 50 grams of carbs. You could do 1 scoop of the go-to blue raspberry and add 1 scoop of the unflavored. It's going to mix totally fine. It's going to taste just the same as that standard go-to blue raspberry mix, and you can kind of buff up your standard stuff there. There's tons of awesome ways that you can use the other unflavored products, like the unflavored Hydra and unflavored gel mixes. Those, maybe another video just on the beauty of unflavored coming up here soon. Does the Hydrogel mix have a best use by once mixed? First timer here. Well, first timer, welcome to Blanks. It's an awesome family and we are super happy to have you here. For all of our products, for the Hydrogel specifically, it does kind of have a best use by date. So for our standard mixes, we do have preservatives in those that will keep it fresh for about that 6 to 10 days, especially if you refrigerate it. We do give you the ability, however, to, in a custom gel mix, remove those preservatives. If you do remove the preservatives from your gel mix, that best use by date is going to be 24 to 48 hours after you mix it. Again, it is a gel of just super concentrated yummy sugars that bacteria also really does enjoy. So if you're not going to be refrigerating that mix and you remove the preservatives, definitely try and consume it as soon as you can. For any of our standard mixes, or if you do leave preservatives in that custom mix, it's going to be about that 6 to 10 days refrigerated. A nice little pro tip that I've been enjoying doing for my training is I'll actually prepare a bunch of gel mixes for the week, and I'll leave them in the refrigerator meal prep wise, so that it removes that prep step when I have to do the training and get out the door early. I'm always usually that guy that's 5 to 10 minutes late for everything, so if I can just remove one additional step from that process and have those gels already prepped, I'm super appreciative of that. So that works great. Next question we have here is question on the carb source. Is it possible to request dextrose instead of maltodextrin for a drink mix? Another fantastic question. You can't change the carb source from a maltodextrin to a dextrose base in the custom drink portal per se. However, there's another workaround that you can do using the custom gel mix profile. So with our custom gel mix, we are actually using a dextrose rather than a maltodextrin anyways. So something that you can do to kind of like create a dextrose drink mix using the custom gel portal is going to be creating a, again, custom gel mix, viscosity level 1, and 100 grams of carbs per serving. When you do mix that custom gel in a larger, like 500 or 750 milliliter water bottle, it's going to be so diluted out that it's not going to actually cure into that gel, and it's going to be more palatable, similar to how a drink mix is, especially at that level 1 viscosity. So yeah, another way that you can cater it to if you're a little bit more sensitive to maltodextrin, again, is going to be go to that custom gel mix portal, choose viscosity 1, 100 grams of carbs, and then flavoring standard, mega, or light, depending on how your preferences are. And the last question that we have here today is there any difference between the bicarb gel mix and the regular hydrogel mix? I have extra bicarb pellets from the starter set. Can I just use my other gel mix as the hydrogel? All right, so this one is really another really good question here. So there are some pretty large fundamental differences between the bicarb gel mix and our hydrogel mix, and they should not be cross-mixed in between use cases. So the main reason there is because our hydrogel mix has citric acid as one of its integral ingredients in it. That citric acid component is going to react with the bicarb pellets immediately if you try to use the hydrogel mix in replacement of the bicarb gel mix. Another key difference there is that because bicarb is designed to be made and eaten pretty rapidly, not really stored, the bicarb gel mix does not have any preservatives in it. So it's not something that you can prep the gel mix beforehand, kind of like how I said you can do with the hydrogel mix. Again, because the inclusion of the preservatives in the hydrogel, that is not in the bicarb gel. So as a nice little summation there, definitely please don't be using your bicarb gel mix in replacement of the hydrogel, and especially don't be using the hydrogel in replacement for the bicarb mix, because it's gonna react with the pellets early. You're gonna have those increased chances of GI distress, and it's just not the best experience that we intended for the product. So if you're running out of that, fortunately, we do have bicarb gel mix refill packs that you can purchase on our website. So go ahead and check those out too. So those are all the questions that we have here today. Again, those are gonna be some of the big ones that I'm seeing from a lot of people, which is why I chose them for this series. If you have a question that you would like to see answered here, go on ahead and drop a comment down below, send me an email right here to our support email, Instagram DMs, and we'll be more than happy to answer those. And maybe your question will make it on the next episode. Have a good one, you guys.